Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. This is Erica with the Purple Quilt Company, and this is my Finish It Friday video for Friday, January 24th, 2025. So if you want to see what I've been working on this week, please stay tuned. I hope that everybody has had a good week. I don't know how this opens right now. I hope that everybody has had a good week. I hope that you are warm. We have had 2 days out of school. I actually got early release on Tuesday, and then we did not have school on Wednesday and Thursday because of the snow first and then the ice. And so we didn't have to go to school, which was really good for the sewing room because I got to work on a few more things. I will go through our list. I still have it back here because I've made some pretty good progress. I'm really excited to share what I was able to get accomplished. And we'll start with the top of the list. And it's pretty funny to me, I think, that my bear order, even though it was still first and most, well, it was first more than it was most, if you know what I mean, because since I had more time at home, I wanted to do more things. So these bears, which technically could be finished, they are not yet, but they're so close. So let's see. All I have to do on each one of these, like on this one, I'm stuffing this arm and then I just have to stitch it up. This is the blue one. And then the purple one, I'm going to call it completely stuffed, but I still have to stitch up the back. And then the pink one, I still have an arm and a piece to stuff and then to stitch up the back. But look at how cute they are and how much progress I got made on them. Now, I guess my goal is to finish them by the weekend, not by the weekend, but finish them over the weekend. And hopefully Monday I can give them to the person. She said that they could be Valentine's Day gifts, so I can hopefully get them finished pretty quick. And they're just really cute. And I did work on them, which is awesome. And great progress has been made. As a matter of fact, after I get done editing or making the video, filming the video, I will go back to stuffing, and hopefully I can start stitching them up at some point this evening. Good progress on the bears. Technically, they probably should be done, but it's okay. All right, so the next thing is Mama's bag, and it has a date. I have finished it. If you follow the channel, you already know this, but I made a little snippet of a video. I'm going to put it right here, but here is the bag. I am very excited. This is my first finish of 2025. I have completed sewing up my mom's bag. This is made with 2 Quilt As You Go panels and some lining fabric, and it has the little D-rings, and it's going to be like a crossover type bag. These fabrics I really love. They are from, these ones in the center are from a polyester quilt back that my grandma made. And then these other fabrics are fabrics that I used when completing some of her quilts. These 2 are from when I did her. She made a huge quilt top, and I added borders around it. These other pieces are from the polyester quilt. If I can remember and I can locate the pictures, I'll put the pictures of the front and the back of the quilt here in the video so that you can check that out. They're so cute. And then both sides are my grandmother's pieces. Again, the polyester, these pieces in the middle, and this blue here were from her original quilt. And then these are pieces that I added on to her quilts to complete them. So I really like how this came out. I actually had to incentivize myself to go ahead and finish it. I said I wouldn't be able to open my new machine until I finish this, and I have, which means that in a few minutes I'm going to go open that machine. Here is the lining. I think it's called Real Time, REEL, from that fabric line by Zen Chic. And I just really love it. I also used it here for these little tabs. And ideally, if mama wants to use it as a crossover bag, she can just snap it here and there it is. So great finish, wonderful thing to have done as my first project of 2025. Hopefully she will really love it. And I love that it has some of my grandma's work on it as well. The third thing on the list was the Jacob's Ladder quilt top. And I have 2 blocks that I completed this week. Here is one. And I'll go ahead and put it here. This is not a final layout. It's just putting all the blocks up on the wall. Here is the other one that I finished. And there is one working on the sewing machine right now. So these blocks, they do come together pretty easily. It feels different though, because I've been making them basically one stitch at a time as a leader ender. So it feels differently to make a whole block at once, but it's pretty fun. And since I have all the pieces cut, super duper simple. Now the reason that my mom's bag is done is because I wanted to open up my sewing machine. I have it here. This is the one that was gifted to me by a subscriber, the Singer 7285Q patchwork machine. I did an unboxing of that video. I'll link it here if you did not get a chance to see that. It's actually pretty funny, me trying to figure this machine out. I still haven't done, I haven't sewn anything other than what I did on that video. And that was these 2 7s and 9s blocks that I started last year as kind of a scrap project. So I'm going to be working on this machine, hopefully a little more. I think it would be a great project just to do, great thing just to do these little blocks on, get to know the machine. But I really have been focused on the bears, number one, and then mainly the bears, and then just working on my daddy's quilt, since this quilt is going to be going to my daddy. I would love to have the Jacob's Ladder quilt top finished by the end of the month. No promises on that. His birthday is next month. So if I could get the quilt completely done by then, it will be amazing. Not sure though, because I have another project that I'm going to show you in a minute. But let's see, there's a few bonus things. I don't know if they're bonus things, but for the graduation quilts, I did spend a little bit of time on that this week, just taking my niece's quilt and writing out the plan. I don't know what I do with my book, but I think that this quilt is going to be a great process to share some scrap things. I guess I left my book upstairs. I have to bring it down. But what I did was I went through and I read the pattern really well. Well, just the fabric requirements, because I'm going to have to pull some strips. I'm going to make this quilt with 2.5-inch strips of varying lengths. And so I want to show you the process that I'm going to do to get to that, but it's going to take a minute just to get organized. I went ahead and wrote out a plan. Like, there are 10 steps. Step 1, to pull out my 2.5-inch strips or something. Like, there's a real plan to create this quilt. So hopefully within the next week, after I get these bears done, I can dig a little bit deeper into that and get started on it, because I am going to use this machine and I'll be able to have 2 projects going at once. I think it's going to be really fun to be creating 2 things. And there's some ways that the pattern is Stairway to Heaven by Lori Dickman. And there's some things that she says about scraps that I'm going to change up a little bit. And I think that could be helpful to you if you are interested in working with some scraps. And I'm really looking forward to creating this quilt. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, a bonus thing that I did, I guess it's a bonus, was I guess this is in the name of cleaning up my sewing room. I had a large piece of minky attached to some batting. So I ended up cutting that batting off of the minky and folding up the minky and putting it somewhere. Um, and I pulled out from the batting, I was able to get 6 15-inch squares. And so this is great because I have these 9 patches that I want to do as a quilt as you go. I already have 14 of these blocks already made, and I just needed 6. I need 6 more. I have the 9 patches, and now I have the batting. So all I need to do is find backing fabric upstairs that I can get a big 15-inch square out of. There may be some things in my scrap bucket, but I really don't think so. I will be surprised if there's something that could fit, but I will probably start there and then go upstairs if I don't have anything, because I would like to get this done at some point. I'm not in any rush to do it, but I would love to have everything together so I can just I say whip it out, but quilting isn't like that. So but it would be a nice process just to get that done and have a nice finished quilt that is all quilts as you go, and with no sashing. And I'd love to be able to share that with you, how I'll accomplish that. So we have one more thing, and it is over on the long arm. So we'll go see that, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I wanted to get this Jamaican Sunrise quilt up on the long arm, and I was able to do that this week. I have been quilting it. I'm about halfway done at this point. I'm using some different techniques to quilt this one. So I just ended the first section of techniques, and then as I go down the quilt, it's going to be a little different. I will definitely share with you what we're doing with this quilt, because I think it's going to be something really special. My goal is to have something that I can enter into the Georgia National Fair this year, and I think this is going to be one of those quilts. I'm very excited about it, and I'm a little nervous because I am trying something new this time. So I'm ready to share it with you, but I won't share it I won't share my process until we get the whole thing quilted. But it's coming along nicely. Even the stitches on the back look really good. I'm going to experiment with some different thread colors and all of that for this quilt. So I'm very excited. Can't wait to share it with you when it's done. I've had so much fun this week creating in my sewing room. Even if I wasn't like these bears, I'm not creating them. I'm just stuffing them at this point, but just fun to be moving forward. And I'm looking forward to continuing in the next week, especially after I get this commission done. Let me know in the comments what you're working on, what you're excited about. I hope that you are staying safe and keeping warm as best you can. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!